quite often the amount of time it takes to load and unload the tractor, strapping it down and getting to where you're going, usually takes longer than the project itself. But today I got several projects lined up at my daughter's house. When I take JD on the road, it's always a quandary exactly which attachments or implements to bring along with me. The obvious ones are the tasks that you know that you have at hand, but then there are those that come by surprise and maybe you might need certain attachments or not. We're definitely going to use the box blade, and we're going to need that today. The forks is a bit of a no-brainer. That's, if anything, it can help you move attachments around, and it's pretty easy to add onto the trailer without taking much space. Another thing to think about is to lay all your attachments out so they're not going to be in the way of one another and you're not going to be shuffling or playing musical attachments the whole time. Just try to get them out of the way and use them as you need them. Now I box bladed my driveway, I believe it was last episode if I'm not mistaken, and this driveway is a little bit different. A lot more overgrowth, more confining places, a little tight. It's not as long, but just a lot of tight places. I got a garage to deal with, some parking areas, and trees. So I'm just going to start out using the length of the driveway first, which is the easiest, just to get warmed up. I typically have the tractor in four-wheel drive, otherwise I'll be spinning the tires with the loose gravel. But when I make my turns, I take it out of four-wheel. I can make a sharper turn and it's less stress on the steering. Just making a slight adjustment just to cut in a little bit deeper into the driveway. Some people prefer to use the other blade on the other side of the box blade to spread some of the excess gravel that piles up on the ends, and I prefer to just scoop it up with the bucket and disperse it as I'm going back down. Alright, the long part of the driveway is done, and now it's going to get a little bit more difficult. There's a little turnaround area there that I'm working on right there, just starting, and then getting close to the garage. I find it harder to use any finesse with the box blade in a tight area like this. I'm just going to try to loosen up as much stone as I can, pull it into a nice pile, and then use the loader bucket to disperse it evenly. So when it comes to your finishing touches, I find that the loader bucket works quicker and it's easier, much more easier to maneuver than just using the blades on the box blade itself. Okay, the first project's done, and it didn't turn out too bad. Didn't have to haul in any extra stone, just use the existing stone that they had. Should look nice for another couple weeks. Hopefully things won't start growing too much. We're getting towards the tail end of summer. Now on to the backyard. Well, I knew it was just a matter of time. The battery on this tractor is 7 years old. I think it just up and died. Gave me no fair warning. Didn't have any weak starts, anything like that. Just got some clicks and some mysterious dial movement on the dashboard, but it's all pretty symptomatic of a completely dead battery. I didn't bring many tools with me, but I do have a small jump starter that you can use to jump start a truck if you need to. So this is going to put a little wrench in the works because I'm not going to leave this tractor running the whole time when I'm doing other things. I need to get the trailer off the street because I think JD is going to be here for a little while. In case they need to cut the grass and I don't have to take up too much space, I'm going to throw everything essentially back on the trailer. Okay, I think I'm going to leave things the way they are right now. I'm kind of busy today. Didn't expect the battery to go bad on the track, so I don't have any tools with me. I just brought the chainsaw, but I'm going to need to get a battery for it because I just can't let it run the whole time. So we're going to leave this video right here and pick up where we left off. While I was doing all this, I got a call from Tennessee saying there was a water main break in our resort area. Well, I was kind of messing around with that, texting back and forth with some maintenance guys to get that squared away. And then of course all the owners start texting and asking what's going on, that their water is either dirty or they don't have any water pressure. A little bit too much going on today. I don't know if I'm going to go to John Deere for it. There is an actual battery place not far from our daughter's house that I've gone to before in the past. You just bring the battery and they usually have some sort of equivalent or replacement at a decent price. So I think I'm going to see if I can get it out, even though I really don't have any tools with me. See if I can swap that out now. I also dropped my brother off this morning at the hospital. He's having some minor surgery done, so he's supposed to be ready in about an hour and a half. Like I said, I'm going to leave things here, see if I can at least get the battery out and swap that out. And if I have to, I'll just take the battery home and then bring it back tomorrow morning. Try to get things squared away here because I got to take JD down to Southern Ohio. But anyways, I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out. And keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.